Yeah, y'all better watch me. Plan on stealing. All right, you ready? I'm a little broke, so I gotta cash in my coins.
Take your change, Daddy. Take your change.
Take my change. Well, I'm a rich man. I had $25 worth of coins. Pretty cool. I promise y'all I don't eat a lot of fried foods. But hey, we got some grease. Got some all-purpose flour. It's pretty good sale. Tater tots. Oh yeah. This is the top of the name. Oh my God. Garlic and black pepper? Oh, but those are like real thick fries. I don't like the big fries. Potato wedges, steak fries. You don't want the receipt? Oh, this is so cool. Work with the mouth for $9. I don't know if I can pass up on this for $9. $5 for a Ray. Not bad. The heck is that? Epic. Princess Leia with an Ewok. That is epic. Oh man, epic. Princess Leia with R2-D2. Sergeant Jane Urso. Epic. Train them while they're young. Mikey loves Star Wars. Stop and refuel. Eating a healthy chicken salad. Very cool. Down here in the dungeon. All right. Be sure to check out some of my latest videos. My latest one is Menace to Comic Book Collecting. Also check out Top Chef. You have Fred Lampoon's National Vacation, which I always plug. And you got a couple more videos. Just scroll down and look at them. You have one like The People's Champ. You know, just awesome, awesome videos. Enjoy my channel. Peace. And this episode of Direct Edition is brought to you by everybody's favorite, my fake Darth Maul from China. Alright, so you know how we do on this channel. Let's get into some comics. Hey, what's up, comic book peeps? Welcome to another episode of Direct Edition. The channel is Fred Hall Direct Edition. And today the video is going to be called Training Day. Before we get into the video and before we get into some new comics, let's look at your backdrop. So your backdrop is a very cool Francesco Mattina Killer Croc cover. I showed you that in my last video, which is very cool. Don't be a menace. Menace to comic book collecting. Okay. Fill out my 6 fingers to interrupt your video. That's Training Day with the flap, and it's a DVD, so I know you guys are more advanced than me, but I still have, you know, my DVDs. I have over 300, so I'm not gonna give them away. Your second comic book is actually the Hulk versus Juggernaut, and that is when Apocalypse got to the Incredible Hulk and turned him into the Agent of War. Okay, now this is Frank Cho. I'm a huge Frank Cho fan because of his Harley Quinn covers. And, you know, Frank Cho is basically a pretty cool artist, kind of like Terry Dotson or whatever. So I definitely like that cover. And then for your indie corner of the last video, Menace to Comic Book Collecting, you have The Crow. This is Crow. This is the cover A. Um, it's not just The Crow. It's like The Crow, and it's another title under The Crow, but it's a very cool book. Nevertheless, I did want to start doing an indie corner and some of the videos. Now, this comic book peeps is a giant size Gambit, and that was in your section, Fred Hall Direct Edition. What are you reading right now? It's a very cool book, and it actually collects a lot of Gambit stories in that one book. And then you have my comic book baby mama, Harley Quinn. Wow, man, there's nothing more I can say about Harley Quinn. You know, my favorite is Storm. You know, she will always be my favorite of all time. But Harley Quinn is my baby. Definitely my baby mama of comic books. With that being said, let's get into some comics. Since Francesco Matino was on the actual, comic book topic, I pulled out two of my favorite covers. I still haven't collected all the Venom verses, Edge of Venom verses. I don't want the Venom verse. I want the Edge of Venom verses. And this is a very cool X-23 and very cool Gwenpool. Matter of fact, that probably should have been the Gwenpool picture that I put on her frame downstairs in the dungeon. Because I actually have her framed downstairs in the dungeon with her Marvel Legend. Let me show you. There you go. And that's how she looks down in the dungeon. And I have her framed. Since Harley Quinn is in the frame too, let me just show you her. So this is how I do my frames down in the dungeon. Very cool. Right next to the Batmobile. All right, so I'm in Second and Charles, and I'm like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Same comics, no new fish. When you're fishing, sometimes you go to your favorite fishing spot, and it's actually fished out, or the fish are not biting. So, you know, I kind of went through a little bit of depression, but then I saw this box. And I started looking at it, and it was complete 50 centers. So everything I'm going to show you is 50 cents. Welcome to the channel. Definitely Samuel Trejo. That's my boy. He always gets on me about X-Men. But we're about to go full metalhead, Age of Apocalypse X-Men. So this is the one shot. What is it saying? Featuring the X-Men, Age of Apocalypse. Comic book window, who's named by my big brother, Mr. Rigor Mortis. Comic book window actually has the complete omnibus, but I'm trying to beat him in single issues. Even though he has a complete collection, I'm trying to get all the single issues. So this is the one shot with Phoenix and Weapon X and also Magneto. This is the back cover. Since it doesn't have a board in it, I'm going to get some boards probably tomorrow. You got Colossus, you got Bishop. That Apocalypse is like awesome. Okay, let's finish running it. You ready? All right, let's go. So that one shot goes with this 10th anniversary 1 of 6 Age of Apocalypse. This is a Buccello cover. Buccello sometimes does his covers or does his artwork to where I can barely make it out. I'm still a fan, but he annoys me sometimes with the hard to figure out what's going on, in his drawings. But I still think he's a very talented artist because he drew one of my favorite X-Men runs, which was basically when they fought the Children of the Vault. I wish the X-Men would bring back the Children of the Vault, but I haven't been reading a lot of the newer comics. But that's Wolverine and his daughter, or Weapon X and his daughter on the front cover. So very cool. So that's one. So this is number 2 that goes with it. And you have a crazy cool Silver Samurai cover. That's a very cool, is that the Omega sign on his forehead? But very cool. I've always liked the Yoshida clan. I've always thought they were very cool. I don't think that the movie Wolverine did them justice, but they tried. I wish Marvel would get it together when it comes to Wolverine and also the X-Men. But Logan was very good. That's the only movie I give him credit for just like doing everything just right, everything. But that's the Age of Apocalypse number 2 of 6. So that's number 3 with Emma Frost on the front, and I don't know who that female-looking Sabretooth is, but I can't wait to crack this open and actually read it. So very cool Bocello cover. You see what I mean by Bocello? He kind of goes a little overboard with his artwork. It's very unique just to him, which I love. But like I said, sometimes it's like, yeah. All right, let's keep going. So what's that, number 3? And so to plug in the holes and plug in the gaps, I need to get number 4. But we skip over number 4 and we get to beautiful number 5 with Storm and Gambit on the front. Those two are my favorite, man. They're tag team because if you remember when Gambit first appeared, he actually ran into a de-aged Storm. She was probably like de-aged back to like 12 or 16. But Storm being my favorite superhero who's a woman, the woman side, definitely I love this cover. You know, I always tell you guys, it's Storm, Wonder Woman, and then right after that is Harley Quinn. Those are my top 3. Like Harley Quinn is very much becoming like up there, but I still love Storm and Wonder Woman a little bit more. I'm more of a fan of those two than I am Harley Quinn, but I am obsessed with Harley Quinn. So all right, there you have it. Let's keep going. So what's that, number 5? And then you have the beautiful Magneto cover. Basically, almost reminds me of Onslaught, and that's when Professor X and Magneto's mind had merged and became Onslaught, which was a very cool character. Later on, recently you had the Uncanny Avengers fight the Red Onslaught when Red Skull took out Professor X's brain. But very cool Age of Apocalypse. So I can't wait to crack these open. I got to plug in the holes and plug in the gaps. I'm missing number 4, but yeah, there you have it. A quick look back at my almost complete run of the 10th anniversary of the Age of Apocalypse. Very cool. All right. So let's get into some more comics. All right, so let's do the indie corner. You know, our indie corner is going to be G.I. Joe from IDW, The Real American Hero. This is the free comic book day. Very cool. That's based off of one of G.I. Joe's first issues. But this issue is number 155 and a half. And I definitely love Cobra Commander. Loved him. I love Serpentor. I love Zartan, Snake Eyes, Smokescreen. I basically grew up on G.I. Joe. And if you haven't seen the Toys That Made Us on Netflix, if you haven't seen the Toys That Made Us and how they focus on the G.I. Joe, you're missing out as a comic book fan. But very cool, very awesome. And what more can I say? So that's your indie corner for today. And here's a cool look at the back of it. It says, if you enjoyed this free comic book, make sure that you check out the next issue, G.I. Joe, The Real American Hero, number 156, Fugitives. So, very cool. Yo, Joe. And knowing is half the battle. Focus. All right, let's keep going. And so, I know it is a little early in the video, but this is the point where you ask me, hey, Fred Hall, Direct Edition, what are you reading right now? And this is what I'm reading right now. This is Doctor Strange, The Sorcerer Supreme from 1992. When I saw this book, I actually went a little crazy, but I didn't go full on ape nuts and giggle like a dolphin. Shout out to my boy Rigor Mortis and my boy Leonard 17K. But this says 4 against the Wild One. This is basically the new Defenders or whatever. getting back together. So very cool. Definitely love this. And I actually seen this in somebody's video, and I commented. I said, "Hey, I just picked this up," but that was a while back because it took me a while to shoot this video. But very cool, man. I definitely love this book from 1992, and this is what I'm reading right now. Sometimes I like to show you guys the back of the books because it kind of brings back memories. I remember when I was collecting baseball cards. I still have them somewhere down here in the dungeon, tucked away, nice and neat. Nobody bothers them. So very cool. All right, let's keep going. So I've shown you guys enough Marvel, so I'm going to hit you with a lot of DC main events, mainly Superman. If you allow my 6 fingers to interrupt your video. And this is one book that I've been looking for a long time or it's been under my radar for a long time because I have most of the Michael Turner covers. And this is a Michael Turner cover that I was looking for because everybody else had it. I don't know the monetary value of it, but I do know it's a very cool cover. So this is Superman number 626 from 2004. Rest in peace, Michael Turner. Really wish I could have got a piece signed by you, but it is what it is. So very cool. So that's your first main event. And your beautiful second main event, man. Oh, Lord. I really like Superboy. Connor Kent is his name, and that's Crypto in the background. I really am a huge fan of Connor Kent. I don't know why, but certain characters just, when they bleed off on other people, it's almost like, Wolverine and his daughter. They killed his daughter very quickly recently in the Dark Angel saga, but I definitely was a huge fan of Wolverine's daughter. And I'm a huge fan of Connor Kent. He's actually a clone of Lex Luthor and Superman. And I just think he's awesome. Like, how do you just wear a t-shirt with no cape and just kick ass like that? Excuse the cursing. But I also like Connor Kent and also Superboy Prime. So that's your second main event. And your third main event is one of the sickest covers I've ever seen in my freaking life. Like, that is awesome. Superman as an angel. And I've always known that they've tried to make Superman like almost like angelic like. But how can you blame people because Superman is the ultimate hero? There's been times where I felt like not being a good guy, but I've pulled my Superman to the front. So this is Superman number 659 from February of 2007. Very cool cover and awesome, awesome, awesome sauce. Awesome sauce written all over this. It's almost like Messiah type, like especially how they make the cape, the wings. So I just thought it was very cool. All right, let's do this. So that's your third one? All right, let's keep going. And for your last main event, we have a beautiful Incredible Hulk versus the X-Men. I don't know where this falls at in the storyline. It's actually a newsstand edition. Very cool cover because, the Incredible Hulk and the X-Men actually fight every once in a while. The last time I seen them fight was when he actually came back home from Planet Hulk or Sakaar, and he was looking for Professor X because Professor X was part of the Illuminati. So it's a very cool cover. It has all that awesome sauce all over. You have the Hulk and you have the X-Men, two of my favorite Marvel factions. So very cool. Let's see if it actually has a flip cover on the inside or on the back. Let's look. Okay, so Marvel didn't deliver on the back, but let's look at the inside front cover because it actually looks like it flips out. So I hope it does. That Captain Crunch peanut butter is life. I've always been a big fan of Captain Crunch, but it kind of tears up the roof of your mouth. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so they didn't deliver on the flap cover, but they definitely delivered on this inside. You know what I'm saying? You got all the stuff that's going on. You got Betty Banner, Rick Jones, Janice, Thunderbolt Ross, and all this stuff that's going on with Incredible Hulk. You also have Wolverine holding up the Incredible Hulk, which is very cool. So I can't wait to read this. Matter of fact, man, I'm going to read this like right now when I finish this video. Very cool. And so, once again, I'd like to thank you, girls and guys, for tuning in to another episode of Direct Edition, the channel's Fred Hall Direct Edition. Remember, words of wisdom, focus on the ones that show you love, and on the ones that don't show you love, hey, we're just going to keep on rolling without them. The name of the channel is Fred Hall Direct Edition, and I will catch you, girls and guys, later. Be safe out there. Peace.